From bars that literally lit John Taffer's efforts on fire, to family-owned bars that embraced change and grew into thriving businesses, Bar Rescue has seen it all. But what happened after the cameras left? Today, we're finding out where these viral bars from Bar Rescue are now. Starting with a pirate-themed tavern John Taffer would never forget. When Bar Rescue launched its second season in 2012, John Taffer opened with one of the strangest challenges in his career. In Silver Spring, Maryland, a woman named Tracy Rebello had transformed a pirate-themed Halloween party into a full-time business. The result was Piratz Tavern, where staff dressed in pirate costumes spoke in exaggerated accents and served customers with swords hanging from their belts. But behind the daring fantasy was a sinking ship. By the time Taffer arrived, Piratz Tavern was nearly bankrupt.
I lost everything. I need help.
And things were only going to get worse as the service was extremely poor.
We got water, but that was it.
Customers are waiting to be served. They're waiting for food, for drinks. They're getting frustrated.
And the drinks themselves weren't even worth the wait.
No.
It tastes like really bad. It was nasty.
While they shocked customers with how bad the drinks were, the food turned out to be even worse.
The fresh catch was like frozen, I don't know, pond bass or something like that. It was nasty.
Oh my God, that was so gross. It was a disgusting chunk of white, smelly, I couldn't even take a bite.
The poor food plus the awkward pirate theme was simply a recipe for disaster.
People don't want to go have lunch in a pirate bar.
John's solution was drastic. He tore out the pirate decor, redesigned the menu from scratch, and rebranded the bar as the Corporate Bar and Grill, a direct nod to the business crowd surrounding the area. The relaunch looked promising.
Very good. It took a little while to get here, but it's fabulous.
This is definitely the coolest bar in Silver Spring.
But Tracy's reaction to John's rebranding wasn't at all what he expected.
It's a big change, John. It's a really big change for all of us. I don't know about this. I am honestly very skeptical as to whether this is going to work or not.
Despite the positive reception, it was very obvious that Tracy hated this new direction.
These changes are not what I had wanted.
No, we're really enjoying the new place. Thanks for having us.
That's really not what I want to hear. That sucks.
Trace, are you unhappy?
Yes, I'm very unhappy.
Look at this place. Look at the food prices you did tonight. Do you realize the sales per guest that you did tonight?
I think with time, it's going to take us a little while to settle into it.
Within weeks, she tore down everything John had installed, burned the new sign, and even made a song to insult John's attempts to rescue her.
You said you'd rescue us, you disrespected us, and our dreams you tried to kill.
And reopened as a pirate tavern once again. But her actions didn't win her any sympathy from the online community. It's sad to see someone handed a second chance and piss on it like this. Like the fire, Piratz Tavern will burn out. For a while, the rebellious relaunch seemed to work. Piratz Tavern limped on for another 3 years until it finally closed its doors in April 2015. During an interview, John called the action of the bar disrespectful.
It's disrespectful and insulting that they would burn down all the tools I gave them. In all my years as a bar consultant, I've come up against people who challenge my ideas, but Piratz Tavern is the only one who outright threw them in the trash.
Later on, Tracy would go on to imply that maybe the publicity had done more harm than good for the bar. But the story didn't quite end there. A few years later, Tracy came face to face with John again.
With your team at Pirates. We shot that back nearly 2 years ago. Have you kept in touch with anyone?
Absolutely.
And despite everything that went down with Piratz Tavern, luck seemed to still be on her side, and the owners had exciting new plans.
Well, we've moved on. We're currently looking to open a new location in Florida. Have a name?
I'm here.
Bar Refuge.
The bar operated for a few years, was eventually sold in 2018, and by early 2022, it too had closed, marking the final chapter in one of the most infamous bar rescue transformations ever. But while Piratz Tavern showed us how stubbornness can sink even the most ambitious rescue, our next case shows what happens when an owner actually listens to John Taffer and embraces change. In Season 3, John Taffer headed to Garner, North Carolina, just outside Raleigh, to rescue a struggling family-owned bar called Characters Quarters. The manager had invested a ton of money into the business, and at one point, it was actually doing well monthly.
It was fresh. People were talking about it. At our peak, we were doing about $80,000 a month.
But by the time John arrived, profits had capsized,
Scared to yell and scream. Get it right!
leaving the business drifting straight towards disaster.
We have 3 or 4 months till we close.
The biggest problem wasn't just the food or even the outdated theme.
I am a pirate. I am a warrior princess.
It was the owner himself.
Smoking a cigarette. Everybody else is in this market. Stop up. Get on your game. You smoking another cigarette, get out of here. I don't give a what Mom says.
He seemed to be looking for even the slightest opportunity to lash out not just at his staff, but his sister too.
Prove yourself again,
I
right?
understand that.
This is the 4th time we've been back?
Keep saying every 5 seconds.
You're making mistakes. I'm not the one making the mistakes right now.
Okay.
When John sent in locals as spies, it became obvious that he had his work cut out for him.
Wow.
Guys, big dog right here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
The southern dishes had the wrong flavor,
She's sweet.
and when John inspected the inventory,
Those are just kid burgers.
This really pisses me off.
he discovered that the freezer was stocked with unsafe exposed meats.
Look at these items. This is open. This is open. It's all garbage.
Everything's open.
Garbage. What's this? Feel it.
Garbage.
Garbage.
The kitchen wasn't any better, as what they found could make health inspectors come knocking.
Cooking on.
Do you want to lick that?
No.
But despite John's efforts to improve the situation in the kitchen, things didn't turn out the way he expected. From failing to read the menu to misplaced orders,
I have a cheeseburger with french fries, lettuce, tomato, onions. No, not right here.
and customers waiting to be attended to,
I'm waiting for our drinks for about 10, 15 minutes now.
25 minutes now. We've been waiting for a drink.
everything seemed to be falling apart.
Oh man, I've had tables walk on. Everything is all up. Okay,
What are we
look,
doing here?
I had to go
I'm working my butt off right now, making your ass all your mistakes right now. But you keep dragging me. I got 3 other people and 2 bartenders that are way behind. I can't keep catering to you.
Despite how the night turned out, John saw potential for success. With Chef Brian Duffy and mixologist Russell Davis, he stripped away the gimmick and rebuilt the concept from the ground up. Characters Quarters was reborn as Moonrunner Saloon, a sleek Prohibition-inspired bar with a moonshine theme.
Moonshine. That's the prohibition history of North Carolina. And stock car racing came from running moonshine. A great bar needs to be marketed, doesn't it?
The kitchen switched to Southern comfort food, the bartenders learned proper moonshine cocktails, and the team even ditched their old costumes.
No more crazy costumes. Here you go, guy. Put that hat on. There we go, man.
The relaunch was a complete success. Things even seemed to be better between Guy and his sister.
Guy is finally not screaming at me for the first time ever, and it damn sure feels good.
You feel good?
Yes, sir.
You know your brother loves you?
Absolutely.
Within a month, sales jumped by 50%, pulling the bar out of its financial nosedive. Unlike many bar rescue cases, Moonrunners didn't just survive, they expanded. By 2016, they had launched the Moonrunners Saloon food truck to serve the Raleigh area. As of 2025, Moonrunners is still running strong. To quote, "From being featured on Bar Rescue to navigating a global pandemic and now celebrating new locations and a growing team, it's been an incredible ride. None of this would be possible without our dedicated employees and the amazing communities we serve." While the original Highway 70 location closed due to crime in the area and issues with their landlord, the brand lives on with new locations across Garner.
We need to have a second location up, open, running. We're gonna need new flooring, new walls, new ceiling. It's a ton of work.
Their staff, menu, and loyal customer base have moved with them, proving that this bar rescue wasn't just a temporary fix. It became a foundation for long-term growth.
Taste all of them.
I'm in. I'm done. That's good.
Yes.
But while Moonrunners expanded its brand, Downy's Irish Pub became one of the show's most dramatic failures. The story goes back to 2002, when Chef Domenico Santofanti bought the bar. By the time John arrived, it seemed the luck of the Irish had run out. What he found was a bar crushed by
I need to go back.
Oh, okay.
They're terrible. I'm not even going to pay for this.
and it was almost like Domenico couldn't even see what was wrong.
Wish they're like they're fresh.
There was no argument whether they were fresh or not.
The bathrooms were worse than a dive bar on its way, completely changing the menu. A new stove, clean kitchen, and the whiskey-forward concept breathed life into the bar. And in 2015, Downy's lost its liquor license and was drowning in more than $70,000 in unpaid taxes. By 2016, the doors closed for good after racking up more than $1.5 million in debts. A year later, the property was sold at a sheriff's sale, and by 2021, the building was demolished to make way for apartments and retail space. This Texas bar found a way to survive and prosper. When John arrived in Lewisville, Texas, he walked into chaos disguised as a bar.
Pace yourself.
Drunken Donkey was drowning in mismanagement. The walls were painted an unsettling shade of green, the menu stretched across several pages, and the bar definitely went overboard with the beer taps. To make matters worse, the kitchen was serving dangerously unsafe food, like thawed-out donkey balls with runny deviled eggs.
Oh my gosh.
While the bar had been making money in its early days,
Can we send the appetizers out first?
those days were far behind them. With business being so bad, they had no option but to call for help. John brought in Chef Tiffany Derry and mixologist Mia Mastroianni to fix what most would call a disaster.
We do have a lot to do before stress test tonight, so I need you back here. Let's get started.
Awesome. All right.
Inventory was streamlined, a focused cocktail program was introduced, and the overwhelming menu was cut down to highlight quality over quantity. The biggest change came with a full rebrand to Butcher and Brew Pub.
So that we created a different outside environment. You ready to run this?
Paired with a sleek new design and modernized systems.
These come from a company called One Stone Hub.
It was safe to say that things were looking promising.
I was here.
You were here.
Yes, and it took, I didn't get nothing.
So tonight you were here 10 minutes, you got something.
Yes.
Weeks after John's rebrand, the bar doubled down on their original identity. Today, not only does the original Lewisville location still operate, but a second Drunken Donkey opened in the Colony, Texas. While certain changes from Bar Rescue didn't stick, the operational improvements clearly left a mark because this bar did more than just survive. It grew. While Drunken Donkey fought its way back to relevance and even expanded, our next case took the opposite trajectory. Located in the heart of Philadelphia, Swanky Bubbles was once a high-end champagne lounge.
Fortunately, I see this a lot in the bar business.
In its early years, the bar was actually turning profit monthly, but when the trend faded, revenue plunged and ownership had to ask for help. What John found was a cluttered space with outdated decor, a bulky menu, and a management team cracking under pressure. John's solution was bold. Rebrand Swanky Bubbles as Sheer.
Thank you, John. Holy wow.
A sophisticated social club with a streamlined menu and an upscale a move that proved costly. Soon after, the bar was buried under tax liens and a devastating liquor license dispute. By late 2011, just months after its episode aired, Swanky Bubbles closed its doors for good. Today, the former Champagne Lounge lives on only in reruns of Bar Rescue. The building itself has found new life as the Victoria Freehouse, leaving Swanky Bubbles as another shocking tale of what happens when old habits return too soon. While Swanky Bubbles fizzled out just months after its rescue, a small family-owned sports bar in Anaheim took Taffer's playbook and turned it into a blueprint for expansion. Located in Anaheim, California, the Cave Sports Bar began as La Cabana, a family-owned business purchased in 1995. After the tragic death of her husband, owner Maria Apaza kept the bar afloat while raising 2 children. But years later, health issues forced her to step back.
My mom's definitely been grooming me,
leaving her son Jaime in charge. His well-intentioned but poorly executed remodel created structural hazards, alienated customers, and fostered an environment where staff drink on the job. Financial losses mounted.
I need something for my retirement.
What's at stake for Maria would be her house.
And John Taffer was called in to intervene.
And she's gonna lose her house because of your excuses.
John opted to keep the name but completely overhauled the interior, giving the bar a polished new look. He also brought in an expert for proper training.
Alcohol. Yeah. Keep in mind, I've never been a bartender before.
So it's your turn. I'd like to start with Jessica.
Yeah.
The relaunch night was a triumph, with a packed house and a revitalized team.
Oh yes, yeah, you look my stuff. I know they're gonna do good tonight.
Unlike many rescues that fail once the cameras leave, the cave built on its momentum. Sales surged by 30% and Jaime took full control, allowing Maria to step back and focus on her health. In 2018, the success story grew even bigger with the opening of a second location in Garden Grove. Today, both bars remain operational and well-reviewed. So we went back to the cave last night and it was once again a stellar example of a local dive bar. Great bartender and a cast of characters that a movie director would dream of. Excellent Mexican food delivered from the restaurant next door. This makes the Cave Sports Bar one of Bar Rescue's standout victories, a sharp contrast to the fate of bars like Swanky Bubbles. While the Cave found success through change and resilience, a Los Angeles giant with the costliest rescue in the show's history would soon face a very different fate. Located in downtown Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Brewing Company is owned by Richard Ramos. The bar occupied an impressive 7,000 square foot space and was once making an insane annual turnover. However, poor management decisions
A lot of the people that used to come here, they see the taps down. Some people just walk out. It's real frustrating.
left the bar hemorrhaging $15,000 a month. That was until John Taffer arrived. The rescue involved an extensive and costly transformation.
The most expensive bar rescue I have ever done.
Taffer enlisted experts in draft beer and barbecue. He also introduced new systems to prevent gas shortages and revamped the menu.
And there it is. Doesn't get any easier than that.
The bar was rebranded from the Los Angeles Brewing Company to LA Brew Co., a shorter, more marketable name.
Oh man. Oh wow.
While receiving what was reportedly one of the biggest renovations in the show's history. The relaunch night impressed customers, and early results were promising, with drink sales rising 30% and food sales up 25% at the 6-week check-in. Despite the strong start, LA Brew Co.'s revival was short-lived. Just 5 months after the rescue and only a month after the episode aired, the bar lost its liquor license and was listed for sale at $650,000. By April 2015, LA Brew Co. had closed its doors permanently, making it one of the most high-profile failures in bar rescue history. While LA Brew Co. collapsed under the weight of mismanagement and regulatory issues, the next story stands apart for an entirely different reason. This wasn't about chasing profit, it was about preserving a legacy. VFW Post 6216 in Albuquerque, New Mexico wasn't a failing bar in the traditional sense. It was a veterans post built in 1966 as a gathering place for those who served their country. But by the time John Taffer arrived, that mission was slipping away. Membership was dwindling. The median age of members had climbed into the 60s.
Not only do we have the veterans that come in, but we also have what's called an auxiliary.
And the Post relied more on non-members than veterans just to keep the lights on.
Since we're a non-for-profit, why is it so much?
Wow, is it that much?
Yeah.
Damn.
We rely on our rental of our hall.
Inside, the scene was disheartening. Cluttered walls, red plastic cups replacing proper glassware, and a kitchen that had become little more than a graveyard of unused microwaves. The sense of pride that once defined the space was fading fast. Taffer's approach here was different. The goal wasn't just to maximize revenue, but to restore purpose.
See, I respect what you did.
He brought in a mixology pro and culinary expert, upgraded the equipment, and completely redesigned the space. Every change was focused on honoring its military roots while modernizing the experience. To mark the relaunch, the Post hosted a military ball and a membership drive, signaling a new chapter for the community.
This is probably the easiest kitchen that we've done for a relaunch.
Initially, the efforts paid off.
I want to give a special thank you to the man who made all this possible, John Taffer. Welcome to the South Valley family.
Membership numbers began to rise and the Post regained its sense of identity. Unlike many rescues, this one wasn't just about profits. It was about survival for an institution built on service and camaraderie. In the years since, VFW Post 6216 has taken on a very different reality. For years, it has remained active, hosting events and connecting veterans. However, as of April 2025, the Post announced a temporary closure, citing operational issues. While its future remains uncertain, its impact during Taffer's visit remains a testament to what bar rescue could achieve beyond business. Some of these bars fought for survival and found new life, while others faded into history. But each one tells a bigger story about resilience, failure, and second chances. Which of these rescues do you think deserved a better ending? Let us know in the comments, and if you want more untold stories from bar rescue and beyond, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video.